apes do not want war. They want good movie without Mark Wahlberg and Tim Burton. And guess what? They got it. It'll make you go bananas. No more monkey around. Let's get to the review.
Big kids, it's time for your
big review.
What up, big kids? Here's my big review of Dawn of the Planet of the Apes. Now, there's going to be spoilers later on in the review, but I'll talk about the non-spoilers first. So first off, oh my god, I'm not mucking around. This movie made me go ape crazy. It was amazing how... I love this movie, seriously. I loved Rise of the Planet of the Apes, and this is even better. This is the Dark Knight to the Batman Begins, that is Dawn of the Planet of the Apes franchise. Wow. Matt Reeves, who's known for like directing Cloverfield and Felicity, did an amazing job. You can teach Michael Bay just everything, and just wow. And the writing on here, I gotta give it up to Rick Jaffa and all the people who wrote this movie. This amazing. And the actors, first let's talk about the cast. Andy Serkis, whether he gets nominated for Oscar or not, he is one of the best actors in the business. Whether he's playing Gollum or King Kong or just Caesar, Caesar is one of the best characters out there. Not just ape CGI characters, he is an amazing character. It's just, wow. He's so... What I love about this movie is that there's so many scenes. The apes they talk, but not all the time. They're mostly doing sign language. And there's so much emotion just in their face, and just so much that they're conveying without even saying a word. It's just, and that's when you know a movie's good, when you don't have to explain everything, you don't have to like speak everything. You just with face. And Andy Serkis, he's just amazing. He does deserve an Oscar, a Golden Globe, everything. And I want to give up to let's see, Jason Clarke did a great job. He would have played Malcolm in the movie. Where James Franco, and I'll talk about that later in the spoiler section. James Franco was, he took over for like the James Franco part, playing like the really good human protagonist, and Jason Clarke was amazing. He's I really was invested in his character and his family, and he played a great supporting character as Caesar. And that's what I love, is that this movie is focused more on the apes than the humans. This is the way they focus on the apes versus the humans is how they should be focusing on the Transformers versus the humans in the Transformers movies. I wish that they, make the story more about, the characters that they're named after. This is Dawn of the Planet of the Apes, not, Dawn of the Planet of the Humans, or just like Transformers is not called like Humans with some Transformers, as supporting characters. So. And sorry, just like, after seeing Transformers Age of Extinction, this redeems like Hollywood in your eyes, and that you can watch really good, and we've had some really amazing movies this year, but this really solidifies how good summer blockbuster movies, not just like in, having great action and everything, which this movie has amazing special effects, CGI, like going back to Andy Serkis, like you really think that you're looking at a chimpanzee's face. It's like, wow, I really thought they were using real apes in this movie, but no, it's CGI, and it's incredible. It's so realistic, even more so than just a few years ago. It's like they really outdone themselves. And just the action here is just incredible. With there's so many great action sequences. Freaking apes riding horses with freaking assault rifles. That is incredible. It's just, man, so many great sequences. Even in the beginning of the movie, just like has some great hunting sequence with the apes and climbing up the trees. Want to give up to also who played Koba, Toby Kebbell. Koba, this guy, man, he's a scene stealer. He is. Caesar is like the main reason we watch, but Koba is the surprising star out of this. Koba and Maurice return from the Rise of the Planet of the Apes, who you meet them in Rise, but wow, they're even more fleshed out here, and I love that. All the characters, what I love is that they're so complex. They're not just black and white, and there's a reason for they feel the way they do, whether it's their intentions or their hatred and everything. So I really like that. And speaking of other characters, Gary Oldman, I love Gary Oldman. Just like he was one of the best parts of RoboCop, he was one of the best parts. And I also agreed that there should have been more of him in this movie. I feel like they Could have used him more, but that's what I liked about this movie too, is that they didn't, just get like a big star like how in Transformers they got Kelsey Grammer and, Mark Wahlberg, and it's all about them instead of the Transformers. It's really about the apes, and that's one thing I really love about that. And Kerry Russell, by the way, and it's cool. Matt Reeves directed Felicity, the TV show, and Kerry Russell, Felicity herself, is in this, and it's great to see her. She did a great job. Like, she could even been more of it. I've been happier. She was not a character I was like, oh, why are they focused on her? She was great, and even the son, Cody Smith McPhee, playing Alexander, he was great, and yeah, just all the guys that played motion captures, like Nick Thurston, who played Blue Eyes, the son of Caesar, he was so good. Oh my gosh, the apes were just every motion capture actor, whether you guys are doing it for video games or movies, you guys deserve a raise. You're just as talented, just as amazing as any Hollywood actor out there. You guys are Hollywood actors. You guys are the stars. They are the stars of this film. Now, this movie just had such a great plot. I was tearing up so many times this movie, and I like the plot. You think, it's a story you kind of seen before, just like, society and everything. And if you've watched the older Planet of the Apes movies, it's very social commentary about society and prejudice and war and how we deal with social issues. And I really love that they convey that, but also every time you think it's going one way, it turns another, and it was just wow. I love that. The movie had me invested, and I like movies that don't have to throw like explosion. I like the slow parts of movies. I don't have to have a movie being action the whole time. I love action sequences, but you need, like any good roller coaster, you need that build up. You need to have that slow, like recovery period before you get into new one. If you just have nonstop, sometimes it's like, oh my god, I'm gonna have a heart attack. So yeah, I really think they did that great, and the plot was just touched me while it was thrilling and everything. And so yeah, let me get into the spoilers right now. So if you haven't seen the movie or you don't care about spoilers, I'm gonna talk about spoilers now. So ready? Okay. So one thing, and I thought so just from like how he was treating the first one, Koba plays a big part, how he turns on Caesar, and I thought I knew from even the trailers that he was going to be playing a big part in like that. I didn't know how it was, and that's what I liked about this movie. I didn't know how it was going to do. I didn't know the internal conflict is between Caesar and Koba more so than the humans and the apes. I mean, the humans really are just a plot device more than the actual, like, it's a war between man and apes. It's really, man is really gone. Like they even say in the beginning of the movie, most of the population's gone because of the virus that was created in the first movie. And Koba really, like I said, he was treated bad. Like if you saw in the first movie, he was experimented on, and he mentions that throughout the film. And yeah, he's a really like, he's only seen the bad side of humans, where Caesar has seen the good, and Caesar does want peace, but Koba, was worried about humans trying to take over, especially when they came by and shot like ashes in. And by the way, Koba is like really ruthless, and like he's just like, I'm tired of humans, and like Caesar like loves humans more than apes. And yeah, so the way that Koba is just like, wow, he becomes like a really complex bad guy in this film, but it's like you can't blame him for the film the way he does. I mean, wow. And yeah, Gary Coleman is kind of like the Koba on the human side of things, because yeah, there's like a touching scene with Gary Coleman when he's looking at an iPad that finally powers back up with seeing his pictures of his kids, and yeah, it really teared me up. I mean, wow. It's just, this movie's so freaking good, and it really sets it up for a sequel at the end, and I really want to continue this franchise. I want Andy Serkis back. Koba I would love to have back, but that won't be possible with the way he's dealt with at the end. But yeah, I want to see definitely more of the son, Blue Eyes, and the little brother that doesn't get named in the movie. And there's really nothing bad I can say about this movie. I really loved it. I loved all the characters. I maybe a little bit more time with the the Caesar's wife, which we don't even get named. But besides that, I absolutely love it. And I highly recommend it for not only fan of the Planet Ape movies and of course if you're a fan of Rise of the Planet Apes. Just if you love not only great summer blockbuster movies, but movies that make you think, movies that have heart, movies that are just this movie deserves so much praise. With that said, I get Dawn of the Planet Apes 5 bananas out of 5. Haha, but it'll make you go bananas watching this. So check out Rip the Apparel for cool shirts like this Megatron shirt. And check out more at toynewseye.com and my website seanxlong.com. I'm Sean Long. Remember, live long, love life. This movie was so good, and it finally made a monkey. Yes, it finally made a monkey. And finally made a monkey out of me. Forget Hydra, hell Caesar! Let's see, which armor should I wear tonight? Oh, red snapper! Mmm, very tasty. So, do you really need 42 different armors? You know how much it'll cost you? Nothing! Absolutely nothing! Stupid!